All right, free radicals, welcome. My name is Dave, and this is the Radical Independent, the channel that never grows. We just maintain the same number of subscribers, or we lose a few. It's kind of weird. It's kind of interesting. There's an algorithm problem here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. The videos aren't watched all that much. They are suppressed. I'm thinking I might be able to get over 100 views on a video comfortably, just me doing a video. But, you know, you've got 6,800 people supposedly, and you're getting 100 views. Okay, sure. Chunk has spoken about Tulsi Gabbard. She's an obvious right-winger now. You know what? I would say Tulsi has moved to the right, as most of the country has moved to the right. If you want to look at moving to the right, being for a secure southern border, okay, moving to the right, not being for critical race theory. So he's saying it isn't taught in any Virginia school, which is a flat-out 1,000% lie. This, by the way, is the new talking point. MSNBC is on this, CNN, Van Jones the other night. They're all saying, oh no, this is just, crazy right-wingers who are complaining about something that doesn't exist. It's a law theory. It's what they teach in law school. Okay, sure. All right. I've seen the books. I've been to the school board meetings. I've watched coverage of the content that is actually in the material that is being taught in school. And basically, it's teaching that white kids are inherently bad. And there's nothing they can do about it, by the way. There's no amount of repentance. There's nothing they can do. So the fact that a lot of parents, mama bear type parents, are onto this and they know what it is, and they know far more about it than Cenk here, Uygur, however you say his name. I can't stand this guy's name because it's a train wreck, all right? But that is his name. I'm just saying that because it's either Cenk or Chunk or Uygur or Uygur or whatever, Igor, I don't care. I'm actually kind of ticked off because he actually called Tulsi Gabbard an effing obvious liar. You effing obvious liar. That's what he just said about Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is probably one of the best politicians in my lifetime. Genuine, transparent. Just like when she started calling out all of the crap liberal things, as soon as she knew she was leaving Congress, which I wish she had done sooner, because her true heart was being kind of shown to everybody about what she thought on certain issues. And yeah, it appears that she's moved right. But here's the thing. The country is moving to the right based on what it means to be to the right, which is kind of just in the middle. And that's, again, the Overton window moving, the goalposts, however you want to categorize this. Tulsi Gabbard does not deserve to be called out like this. She's a turncoat? She's a turncoat there, Katzenberger boy. Okay, she's a turncoat. Great. This is clearly, she's doing it for the money. Okay, is she fundraising? Is she running for anything? And you're all funded by a billionaire, right? And the attention. It's truly sickening. Critical race theory isn't taught in any school in Virginia. You effing obvious liar. This guy, I tell you what, I'm for free speech, but I'm definitely for shadow banning this clown. All right, because I hear it all day long about who should get banned, who should get blocked, who should get deleted. Yeah, he's got the right to this is slander, though. This is pure slander. I don't know if Charles, he called it smearing. Yeah, I think it's slander, because you're just making stuff up about Tulsi Gabbard. You're saying she wants it for the money and attention, and she's an effing obvious liar. Okay. All right, whatever. At a certain point, folks, if we don't fix this madness and we let the establishment, because this guy Cenk is paid by the establishment. He works for the establishment. He is a puppet. And he goes out there and he challenges people to fist fights like he's going to beat up Joe Rogan. Oh, man. By the way, if you're on the left and you're a progressive and you think this guy speaks for your side, Charles Anderson just knocks it out of the park here. Because if you're a progressive, and look, the only reason I wouldn't really be up for Medicare for all these days is guess who's going to administer it? And they're going to make you jump through hoops. Do you have your passport? Have you been double thinged? You know, can you prove to us? Do you have your QR code handy? No. And then, as a condition of the Medicare for all, you need to do the thing and do it twice and get your booster and la la la. So nope. And now I'll take my chances. What we ought to be teaching is prevention and good health and all those things that we don't. We say just eat these Doritos and then come see us for your jab. That's what we're doing, which isn't really a good thing. But that's the entire medical system in a nutshell right now is we will not encourage you to be healthy, but we will encourage you to inject yourself with something. Anyway, I'm not going to go into details there because I'm sure I'm going to get banned, censored, blocked. If this video does get pulled down, folks, in fact, it will probably get posted over on Rockfin as well, just because I'm thinking at some point I'm going to have to bail on the YouTube platform because I'm discouraged because nobody's subscribing and nobody's watching. And, you know, if I did the wall-to-wall Tulsi Gabbard, which, again, I could, people are going to think I'm just doing it for the money and it's not sincere. And quite honestly, I don't want to just talk about Tulsi Gabbard. But here is an instance where Tulsi Gabbard is being attacked unfairly. And do I think she's moving to the right? I think a lot of people are moving to the right. There were people in Virginia. I saw them on television, by the way, Cenk, and these were feminists. These were old school feminists who, number one, didn't want their kid wearing a medical device all day, and they were tired of this, and they would vote for a tree stump over Terry McAuliffe, who is a Clinton operative who couldn't be more connected to the worst elements of everything in our government. All right? Everything. Whether you want to look at the Clintons, who you guys love. You know, you said you loved Bernie Sanders, but truly, I think you guys have all moved over to just supporting the worst elements of the status quo. And that's not progressive, by the way. If you were a true progressive, none of these people would be interesting to you, and you would try to, like, prop up Movement for a People's Party or Green Party or something that is outside the influence of all of this money, right? Because this is what truly matters. You wouldn't even have a voice, right, if you didn't have the amount of money that you have. I can take like 30 seconds of listening to these people talk, whereas I listen to Jimmy Dore and I go, okay, I don't agree with his love of Medicare for all because of the totalitarian state that would be in charge of administering it, because I don't trust that. What I trust is the individual to make decisions for themselves, and there is a solution to the healthcare problem, but guess what? It probably doesn't reside within the federal government and the bureaucracy. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Again, more of a libertarian view where we need to decentralize the power and bring it back to the states and to the people and let those people figure out how to do it. People are doing that right now in education there, Cenk, because they don't want their kids taught critical race theory, and they are being taught critical race theory. In my district, they're pushing it. In most school districts around the country, they are pushing this onto kids. Not to mention the sick, twisted, and perverted books that are being thrown at little kids and kindergartners and so forth. And a guy like Cenk would say, hey, what's wrong with that? Kids need to know. No, at that age, kids need to learn how to play with blocks and maybe do like 1 + 1 and learn to read. Learn to read and not learn to read, 2 worms in the dirt or whatever the book is, It's just, and this is bizarre, like inappropriate grooming and propaganda. I'm just going to say it the way I see it. It's grooming. It's constant grooming. Let kids grow up. Let kids be kids. And when they get older, if they want to make decisions for themselves, and see, this blows up the entire narrative of this is the way they are as soon as they hatch out of the womb. Because if this isn't, these people are the people who influence them. And their friends, and the media, and entertainment, and all these certain, things, corrupt things, and it's all funded most likely by the Koch brothers and Soros and everyone else. But here we are. Tulsi Gabbard is an effing obvious liar. If you're a Tulsi Gabbard supporter, not a fanboy, but a supporter, and you read stuff like this, this should outrage you. This should make you so angry. And my 2 favorite politicians in the country right now, well, 3, Thomas Massey, Governor Ron DeSantis, and Tulsi Gabbard. Those are my 3. And I don't know if those 3 have any influence. Tulsi is not in office. I wish she would run for something, and I think she might. But as time goes on, and we get closer to 2024, we need people who are going to protect individual liberties and rights, and that is the most important thing right now. As much as all these other issues regarding Medicare for all, or, the agenda for the left or the right in some cases, liberty, freedom, bodily autonomy, medical freedom. I mean, look at what they're doing with the 5 to 11-year-olds, and they're going to mandate all kinds of stuff on January 4th if people don't stand up to it. And these people think it's a great idea. The Cenks of the world, yeah, everybody needs to do this right away. And I bet you half of them haven't done it themselves, but yet they're going to continue to voice this idea on everyone. So, Tulsi Gabbard, does she need to be defended? Yes. I'm interested to see if she'll respond to this obvious effing stupid comment from Cenk Uygur, whatever his name is.